and welcome to Miss Curran's Kitchen. Today I'm going to start a video series for you while we are all stuck at home and doing one of my favorite things, which is baking. And I bet you don't know this, but you actually use so many skills that you learn at school when you're baking. You use math, reading, writing, science, and social studies, and each time I'm going to show you how. This is a great opportunity for you to spend time with your family at home baking and learning together. The one thing I want to say though is that you must have a parent supervision when you are baking in your kitchen. You cannot do any of this without your parents for your own safety. So make sure that if you and your parents decide to bake along with me, that again, you are doing that with your parents. So today, the first thing we're going to do is make owl cupcakes. It's a super easy recipe and super fun to do, especially if you have younger siblings. The first thing we're going to do is preheat my oven to 350 degrees like the recipe calls for. And while I'm waiting for it to preheat, I'm going to wash my hands. Because even when we're not in a global coronavirus pandemic, it's always important to wash your hands so that you don't spread your germs. All right, scholars, so we've preheated our oven, we've washed our hands, and now we're gonna get our cupcake pans ready. So you'll need two 12-cup cupcake pans. I've already lined mine with brown and another one with black, since we're doing owls, and those are kind of good owl colors. But you use whatever you have at home. Now we're gonna use and make our cupcake batter. I am using a basic boxed batter of chocolate, but I'm gonna show you a really cool trick of how you can change this to make it just taste just like it came from a bakery. So I'll show you my tips and tricks. So here we go. So first pour in the cake mix, then your eggs. The recipe on the box calls for 3. To make it richer, use 4 eggs. Then instead of oil, it calls for half a cup of oil, use 1 cup of butter. And then instead of 1 1/4 cups of water, use milk. Then add 2 teaspoons of vanilla and mix it up. So this part of the process can be very messy, but I like to use a 1/3 cup measuring cup with a little spout and shovel in the batter with a spoon. It makes for a very clean way to do this. Now try and fill them about 3/4 of the way, but if you have more, you'll just have some extra fluffy owls. All right, scholars, while our cupcakes are baking, let's do a little bit of math. So I want to know, how many Oreos do I need to make my owl cupcakes? I know I need 2 Oreos for each cupcake because each Oreo is 1 eye and owls have 2 eyes. I also know that I'm making 24 cupcakes. So first, I'm going to draw a picture of all of my 24 cupcakes, and I'm going to add 2 Oreos to each cupcake. Right now, I want you to pause this video and draw a picture just like mine. Awesome. Now that we have 2 Oreos for each cupcake, I want to think, how can I add up all of these Oreos? I can absolutely make a repeated addition number sentence by adding 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Oh, but man, that takes a long time. But repeated addition is one option to add up how many Oreos I need. Another option is for me to skip count by 2s. So count with me. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48. So I can skip count to find out how many Oreos I need. Another way for me to do that is to think about multiplication. Well, I know that I have 24 groups of 2. So that means I have 24 times 2. I can then use repeated addition to add 24 plus 24, or I can use the standard algorithm to multiply 24 times 2. And since we just skip counted, we know that 24 times 2 is 48. So Miss Curran needs 48 Oreos to decorate her cupcakes. Since each package of Oreos has 20 servings of 2 cookies, there are 40 cookies in each package. So I had to buy 2 packages of Oreos. Using the dull end of a knife, cut the Oreos in half very carefully so that you have 48 with the cream side up. Save the pieces without the cream that we're not using for our next video. Making these owl cupcakes is making me want to learn more about owls. My favorite owl is the snowy owl. Did you know that snowy owls have excellent eyesight and hearing? They also like to eat lemmings, which are small mouse-like rodents. Young snowy owls leave the nest less than a month after they hatch. No feathers ruffled here. Snowy owls like this one live mostly in open, treeless areas called tundra in the Arctic. Here is a young female snowy owl in Elmwood, Nebraska. Check out where owls live and learn more about them by going to kids.nationalgeographic.com. I'll post the link below. By now, your cupcakes should be ready to come out of the oven. Make sure you check that they're done by inserting a toothpick and making sure it comes out clean. Now this is my favorite part. Now it's time for us to decorate our cupcakes. I'm using a Pillsbury can of chocolate frosting, but if you'd like to make your own, feel free. I'm also using a Wilton black writing pen so I can make black dots for the eyes. And then for the nose of the owl, I'm using orange M&Ms. Now, parents, this is an excellent opportunity for you to have your younger children practice fine motor skills by separating all the orange M&Ms. All right, scholars, that is all of our baking for today, but I have a few things I want you to do. So we did some math skills, we learned about owls and some interesting facts about owls, and now I want you to write about owls. So here is your challenge. My cupcakes here, I have 5 owls. You can choose to have 2 or 3 owls, but I want you to create a creative fiction story about owls. Remember that you must have your character, your problem, your solution, and your lesson learned in your story. And you can email them to me at mscurranskitchen.com or at gmail.com. And then you might be featured in my next video. Have a great day.